Alrighty guys, well, a brand new archetype to check out today. They are coming out in DBVS. These are the brand new Centurion archetypes. So let's go ahead and check them out and see if they are going to be any good. So starting right off, we have the Centurion Primera, which is a brand new level 4 light spellcaster. 200, 1600, 1600, and it says you can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is if this card is normal or special, you get to add one Centurion card from your deck to your hand, except for Centurion Primera, but you cannot special summon Centurion Primera for the rest of this turn. Okay, so I mean, that's a pretty good effect already, just being able to just search out whatever you want in the archetype. The second part says your level 5 or higher Centurion monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects while this card is treated as a continuous trap. So these are like Crystal Beasts, I guess. This third part is during the main phase, while this card is treated as a continuous trap, you can special summon it. Oh, it's like Crystal Beasts, but they get to summon themselves? That's makes Crystal Beasts looking like they're in the dust now. Alright, next up though we have Centurion Trudia. Trudia. It's a level 4 dark pyro effect monster, 1000 attack, 2000 defense points, and it says that you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is during your main phase, you can place this card you control and one Centurion monster from your hand or deck, except for Centurion Trudia, face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap, but you cannot special summon Centurion Trudia for the rest of this turn. Okay, so I guess they all have that effect where like you can put them there and then they get to resummon themselves, but you have to wait. But this is basically like what is it, Pegasus, right? He just lets you slam one down the back row. The second part is during the main phase, while this card is treated as a continuous trap, you can just special summon it, then you get to increase its level by 4. Next up, we have the Centurion Emmett 6. So it's going to be a 2000 attack, 3000 defense points, and this one is going to be a level 8. So maybe you can exceed with them because the other one was a 4 and it goes to 4. Increase it by 4, so it becomes an 8. Okay. So it says that you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is during your opponent's turn, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, as a quick effect, you get to target one Centurion monster you control, except for Centurion Emmett 6, and place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. And if you do, special summon this card. Second part is during the main phase, if this card is treated as a continuous trap, you get to special summon it. Okay, I guess that effect over there, being able to just place it, I mean, considering it can be in your graveyard too, I do like that. And then it special summon this card, not that card, so it's definitely a usable effect. And then we have Centurion Legadia, which is a level 12 light synchro machine synchro effect monster. Okay, so this is probably their boss monster. Alright, so 3500 attack, 2000 defense points, and it requires one tuner and 1+ non-tuner monster, so it is a generic monster. So it says you can only use the effect, or the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part says if this card is special summoned, you can draw one card, then you can destroy the face-up monster your opponent controls with the highest attack, your choice, if tied. Okay. Second part is your monsters with 2000 or less attack cannot be destroyed by battle. The third effect is during each end phase, you get to place one non-synchro Centurion monster from your hand or graveyard face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. Okay, so I guess the summoning conditions for these are relatively easy because, well, you can just go ahead and slam them right back. But the other one has the ability to make it so it does protect it, where level 5 or higher Centurion monsters can't be destroyed. More likely you would use this card's effect and you would synchro to make this card though, but nonetheless, I mean, that's one thing. I mean, being able to synchro summon and pop one, I mean, this effect is relatively mediocre. More likely they would just destroy them via other methods, but the other card, in theory, does protect them, but they can bounce them, or you can send non-targeting removal. I don't know how I feel about like their boss monster. I don't think it's super OP, but hold on, let's not sign them out yet. They still have some more support to check out. Next up, we have the Stand-Up Centurion, which is a field spell card that says you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's effects while you control a Centurion monster card. Second part is during your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you get to send one card from your hand to the graveyard to place a Centurion monster from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. Third part is if a monster is special summon, you get to immediately after this effect resolves, so you can summon using materials you control, including a Centurion monster. Okay. So if you're able to bring the cards out, these aren't quick effects though, right? Like I'm not like misreading this. It's just it's during the main phase. So I'm assuming none of these are quick effects, right? If these were quick effects, I guess you can get the effect to just summon them. Maybe there's other support that allows you to go for it, which is coming up soon. But I mean, being able to synchro, you would need it to be a quick effect. But it's just if any monster is special summoned. So I can leave my cards for my opponent, I guess, to kind of surprise them. Although this card would be face up, and it would need to be face up before, and they would realize it. So it kind of loses that element of surprise, but it can still dodge things, right? Next up, we have Faith of Centurion, which is a quick play spell card. It says you can only use your first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is to place a Centurion monster from your hand or graveyard face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. Second part is, if a Centurion synchro monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, then target a Centurion monster graveyard and place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. Okay, and unfortunately they don't count as traps in the graveyard. I don't remember if Araya was like in the graveyard. I think Araya, it was like, let me check out Araya, because like that's like the ultimate like, you know, continuous trap monster, but I forgot what that Crystal Beast. Araya is by sending 3 face-up traps you control to the graveyard. Okay, so you can like get this card out pretty easy, and it gains 1,000 for each continuous trap. If these counted as continuous traps in the graveyard, like all the monsters, that would have been pretty cool, because then you could make something with Araya, but I just don't think it's going to be useful in that situation. Anyways, next up we have Phalanx, which is a normal trap card that says you can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. So it says, as a first effect, you target one face-up monster on the card on the field and banish it, and if you do, special summon it to its owner's field during the standby phase of the next turn. Second part is, you can banish this card from a graveyard, target a Centurion synchro monster in graveyard and special summon, and if you do, it loses 1,500 attack. Okay. Next up, we have Truth Centurion, which is their counter trap card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. First part says when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, you get to send one face-up monster card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to negate the activation. If you destroy that card. Okay, so it's basically just like Crystal Beast at the end of the day, but mediocre, at least on release. So basically what it comes down to is this is like an early introduction to the bootleg Crystal Beast. I think that they're not nearly going to be viable as Crystal Beast, at least in the current state right now. If they all counted as continuous trap, then maybe you can Araya one-shot your opponent, but like there's not enough negation / disruptions, at least right now. I mean, it's our, you know, a little introduction to them. But what do you guys think of the archetype down below? If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe, turn the bell so you don't miss out when we cover the rest of them, because there's no way this is it. There's going to be more. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.